finally got the intake back from BigDogs Porting. I have not opened the box yet. Thought I would do that on camera for you guys. Wanted to talk a little bit about my experience with BigDogs. Okay, this is even before looking at it, because obviously once we see the intake, if it's the most amazing quality you've ever seen, then some things can be forgiven. But my customer service with BigDogs, to be honest, from the time that I shipped it, which was on December the 16th, I did not know that my intake was in his possession until he sent me pictures of it about 6 days ago, that it was finished and shipping. Let's get this box open before I say any more. It's very well packaged. There's a lot of tape on the outside. That's a good thing. Tons of packing material. Oh wow, the intake is even wrapped. What is this? Looks like we've got, I believe it's a t-shirt. And some stickers. BigDogs Porting stickers. I guess this is my invoice here. BigDogs would like to thank you for your purchase. Thanks to remember to ensure trouble-free installation. Okay, got a couple little instructions there. And a t-shirt. There you go. BigDogs Porting t-shirt. Awesome. Getting further into the box. Okay, here is the upper. My gosh, they've packaged it well. There was no chance this thing was going to be dinged any possible way, the way it's packaged here. See if I can figure out how to get into it. This might take a second. I believe you used a whole roll of saran wrap here. Okay, let's skip the unwrapping and just cut. Alright, there's the upper. Repainted and everything. And one thing I didn't tell him or anybody else, I put my initials in it right here. I don't know if you can see it or not. Stamped them into the casting. So that way I would know what I got back was mine. This does look a little scratched up as compared to when I sent it. So, but I mean, that was to be expected because that is glued on there. And I may see about getting a different one that actually says 5.8 instead of my marker correction 5.8 there. And there's he ported it to 76 millimeter, and it looks like he was able to get 964 CFM flowing the entire thing. It looks like really good work. Looks like he was able to port up into there all the way to the bottom of the holes. I don't know if you can see it or not. Looks pretty good. Let's see if we can get to the lower intake here. We've got a whole tree worth of packing in here. There's no way this thing was going to get dinged. So, BigDogs packing, A++. Amazing packing job. What does it say here? My invoice number and a thank you. And the reason why I'm doing this for you guys is I was unable to find any good comprehensive video reviews on BigDogs Porting anywhere on YouTube or online, period. So I just, somebody's got to tell the story. Might as well be me. right, there's the lower. And the same on this one. I stamped my initials in it. I don't know if you can see it right there, my index finger. That way I would know it surely was mine when I got it back. I mean, it looks really good. He sent me a picture with the flow numbers written on it, and they looked to be really good. Somewhere around, I believe it was 291 average per runner. All right, guys, it looks really good. I'm very happy with the craftsmanship and certainly happy with how it was packed. But moving on, and let's talk a little more about customer service from Big Dogs. Definitely quality work, quality craftsmanship. But like I said, I mean, I did not truly know that he actually had my intake because he wouldn't tell me. Facebook Messenger is the only way you have to communicate with him. And it just seems like, to me, someone else is answering the questions. Is this not the guys that work in the shop? Now, I could be wrong. And, you know, I'll correct this video if I am wrong. I remember in January, I sent him a message, you know, how much longer you think it's going to be? He said, you know, probably like 3 or 4 weeks because we do have some orders ahead of you, which is fine. I'm totally okay with waiting for quality work like this. 3 or 4 weeks comes around, I get a message from another YouTuber saying that they had sent theirs off about the same time I'd sent mine off and they had already gotten it back. So I posted that on Facebook Messenger, and he came back with a pretty generic response, you know, good things come to those who wait kind of thing, you know, or we could do a rush job and, you know, give you crappy work, but, you know, that's what you get is crappy work. And I'm like, no, of course I want to wait. I just want you to tell me, where is my intake in the process? Is it waiting for people? Are there orders ahead of it? I don't care. I'll wait. It's not a problem. I just want to know, where am I at? Well, that answer is not possible. You're not going to get it from him. So I waited 2 more months. And I started messaging him again after Easter, the end of March. And it was the same kind of story, you know, no update yet, no update yet. And then he finally come back and said, well, hoping to have you up by the end of the week. It's in painting right now. So, okay, that's great. You know, I'm excited. End of the week rolls around. Another week rolls around. The 3rd week rolls around. I message him again, hey, any update? And he comes back immediately. He says, not yet. And then I said, well, can you tell me where I am in the process? And then 15 minutes later, he comes back and says, it's in painting. It should be shipping tomorrow. I'm like, okay, well, you just said a second ago that there was no update. And then here's the real kicker. He did, shortly after that, sent me a picture of a shipping label. The first thing you do is go to UPS, you put in the tracking number, and you see what's going on. Well, I look at the details of the label, show details, and it says, and I'll throw pictures of this on here. Label was printed, I believe it was February the 24th or something like that. You'll see the date on the actual sticker I'll put up here. Well, that's kind of confusing to me because that's around the time that I was expecting it to actually be shipped, according to what he said in January. Well, why would you print a shipping label? I mean, this is to ship something like this with insurance. I mean, yeah, when I shipped it out there, it was $60. So I mean, why would you print a shipping label 2 months before you're going to ship it off? And then, you know, I do have the messages that says it was going to be ready somewhere around the end of February. Well, 2 months later, here we are. It's finally here. And guys, the craftsmanship is amazing. I can't see a thing in the world wrong with anything that he's done with it. It looks great. I'm very pleased with the work that I got. But there's a huge disconnect between the quality of work that you get from him and the customer service that you receive on Facebook Messenger. Big Dogs, if you're watching this, thank you. It's a great job. I'm excited to get my car back together. And this is the only component I was waiting on. But I would like to suggest, you know, let your customers know where's their intake or their part in the process. I mean, maybe you could create an automated system where you know, when, say, the part is, I don't know, 14th in line, you know, so it's going to be 2 weeks to 2 months before you get to it. Well, just have a counter on there where somebody can go in, look up their invoice number and say, okay, there's 5 people ahead of me. Well, that's great. Great. You can see that number go down every few days. That's great. You have a sense of where is your product in line. That's all I wanted, and I was unable to get it. So like I say, their craftsmanship, the quality of their work seems amazing, and we're going to have dyno results coming out real soon, hopefully. Once I get it all back together, I'm really excited. But like I say, Big Dogs, you know, just let your customers know what's going on. That's all we want. And I've seen other people asking this on Facebook as well. And it does seem like some of the negative posts that go on the Facebook seem to get removed. So I'm not going to elaborate on that anymore. That's just what I've noticed. So what do you think, Clover? Does it pass inspection? All right, guys. So here we are. Intakes back from BigDogs Porting. Very excited. Let's get to work and get this thing back together. Get you guys some video of this car running. Thanks for watching.